look into your eyes. All it took to realize there was no danger.
God aften alle sammen. Det er da hyggeligt, så mange er kommet.
No one else but you could my dream come true.
It's been like a fairy tale, this. Shortly, I got hold of a book. I didn't know the painter. I fell in love with the pictures and ended up doing something reflexively that I hadn't planned doing, which was writing responses to paintings that had stories. I think that was probably the storyline, that I could see stories in them, and I could also see surrealism in them, but mixed with naturalism. What's marvellous, you'll see in the pictures, what's marvellous is he's a great painter. He can paint naturalistically, but he adds surreal elements. So it's a very aesthetic picture you get, and it's got some strangeness about it. Nothing like as bizarre as Freddie or Salvador Dali, but there's something strange that disturbs the aesthetic beauty of it all. High respect of him, and I love his paintings. I decided from the very beginning to have the title he had given his painting, which in this case is Ghost Train to Alabama. I decided to always include the title he'd given it in the final line, or one is so long it had to be the final two lines. It's a kind of straitjacket. So I was forced to write tightly and focused. At least that was my attempt. Please listen to the musicality and the rhythm of my reading. Do not worry about single words. That's the quickest way to hate poetry. Stop the clocks. Lose track of time if life mustn't rhyme, if death should be more than mere whisper. Let night storm and rage. Ride on the St. Louis Light or Abe's funeral train from DC to Springfield. If you're brave and have faith, leave Leeds for Snaith. Go west and abandon your breath. Roll into ghost stations, haunt junctions, charge along track beds and ridges, plunge from bridges into rivers of fathomless deep. Commune only with weird spooks, odd goblins, mad ghouls, wild demons, dread phantoms defying every rule, all grinning in distant diffraction, spawning frog-eyed spirits into darkness while steam beaming their ghost train to Alabama.
Ian and I have a lot in common. We both have fled the old country to come to the haven of Denmark. Like him, I found a Danish girlfriend. It's actually my 32nd year wedding anniversary today. I'm going to sing a song about how I met my Danish wife in Italy. The way that she smiled was so generous and mild. I felt like a child with no cue. You showed such a flair for compassion and care. I wanted to share it with you. The stage had been set for the sweetest duet. You made me forget we were two. When I asked you to stay for the rest of the day, you answered okay, just for fun.
There's scent, faint in the air, and much, much more. A yearning, a longing, sighs in thawing, a drip whispered singing from bird, from bush, every waking tree wishing to shed sleep. Through the hush, through the lull, seek sun and light, soak low, ice-free osmotic mutterings, release green hopes and dreams, birds into breeze. Waking, no more silence, no more aching, inexorably waking jubilation. Waiting, for the spring to come. This is called Waiting for the Spring to Come. Some of these pictures are very, very beautiful. And this one, it's the blue, I think. He's got something about his blues that really get to me. You can hear it's getting to my voice already. Just as well, there are a couple of seagulls and a couple of women flying in the air, isn't it? What is it that pulls strings, zips things up, unzips things? What secrets are released under the heave and sigh of the bright, wide-eyed moon? Listen. Stop and listen as night's abyss opens. Listen to the seepings of life and death, youth, dreams, age, reason. Endless, boundless black emptiness. Could God be out there? What more? What else? So little light to help man's vision. We tug, however clumsy, fumbled, futile, seeking a sight, a glimpse. Our need to know seems quite obsessive. Fascination of the firmament, staring at the stars while knowing we're blind-eyed, near invisible, mute minions in such million space. Aids our stubborn wish for meaning. But will man, in his restless searchings, ever learn to accept the mystic melancholy of silent prayer? Melancholy of silent prayer. Does love quell, drown all lament? Wind-wept, salt tears.
Ian, David, Lukins og jeg har kendt og været venner med hinanden i over 45 år. Og 99% af den tid har vi talt engelsk. Hvis man studerer det billede nøje, så kan man se, at her har vi den unge mand, som hedder Ian David Lukins, charmøren af alle blandt damerne.
Listen to night breeze, a breeze that seems to sing brightly as a bird full of mellifluence. Listen to night trees, as if musical strings brightly whispering, full of magnificence. Listen to night's tune, as if words of loving, soft-toned murmurings stir moon and stars to dance. The dark peace prevails. Nocturne for violin. Nocturne for violin.
Min verden er stor. Den ene horisont bag den anden, når jeg ellers husker at tage briller på. At flytte fra anden til 5. sal, det har også hjulpet. Men det er netop karaktereren af den rette, ligegyldige slags undtagen for mig. Altså, men det er netop karaktereren osv. osv. Verden er for stor.
Look into your eyes. All it took to realize there was no danger. No one else but you could my dream come true. There's no one else quite like you.